All right, so let me show you how I use large language models in my day-to-day uh, day-to-day uh, um, for various purposes. So I think today I'm going to show you about the use of Claude and ChatGPT and a bunch of other things for building software or building tools that we all use or we could use. And these are not necessarily like, clear, concrete examples that will benefit you particularly, but you could think of these use cases for your own purposes, and you could use them, wherever you want, or try to tweak them wherever, however you want. Like the first one I think of is in terms of education. So there's this, okay, I mentioned Claude.ai in the last video, right? Like Anthropic is the company that is behind this. The Claude.ai, this is Claude. So if you go here, like, these are, this is how it looks. This is my account. And basically, Claude has a very good feature, which is directly a way to build and visualize something within the same tool. I think now other tools are also like, ChatGPT is also trying to do it, but nobody does it as good as Claude. They have very good interface. Like for instance, this is, I just had this single prompt. So I said, create an interactive model of how LLMs work. I don't know why it said interactive model. I probably meant module. Make it interesting and accessible to a non-technical audience. And I just created this website, right? So one thing I can do is I can just um, let me just do publish and copy link. Link is copied. So now this link is accessible anywhere, even though I'm not logged into Claude. So it'll just give you this warning. You click here, and this is the standalone website that you created, right? Like, and this is how it looks. It's a standalone website. It's about it's all like I showed you. It's all one shot, like meaning I just entered this and it went through this process and gave me this. And I can do it right now. So I mean, I have this make it better because that's a trick that you usually do to, if it doesn't work, you can say make it better. Um, let's just do this. Okay, while that is running, so basically I show you how this works. So it's generating, right? Like so, sometimes I mean, with the new model that it has, there's this Claude 3.7 Sonnet, which has this sort of extended thinking mode, which is trying to think. I think there's some issue also with Claude today that it is either overloaded or something like that. I mean, the responses are taking a while to be generated, but the output is going to look like this. Okay, let me just reload and then do this again. Uh, Usually it should work. I mean, I saw the same error like today, like it was just stuck in this sort of gathering thoughts or taking a while. Um, Obviously, yeah, also when you're demoing things, yeah, things will be bad. But you can see, right, like already it started writing code for this. I mean, I don't understand what this code is. Like it's in JavaScript. It's in this thing called React. I think that's what it said somewhere here. And okay, it's writing some sort of code here, but you can see already like that this is dynamically being generated while the model is thinking and doing this. Okay, it'll take like a minute or so to generate that. But let's go and explore this, right? This is one instance of an output that was generated. This will probably be slightly different, but so it already gave me all these different modules. So it said how LLMs work, the basics, and I can choose between them, tokenization, predicting the next token, and so on. How LLMs work is like, okay, it says, click on one of these sentences and then select the word that you think should come next. So the weather today is perfect, for instance. This is one way of doing this. And so on, right? Like, so then you can see things like tokenization. So for instance, notice that tokenization is a process of splitting things into tokens. We learned about this. Today is a beautiful day in San Francisco. Not every word is a token. San Francisco, for instance, Francisco was split into Fran and Cisco because LLMs have limited vocabulary of tokens. And after breaking it into tokens, LLM converts each of them into a number that it can process. So if you click on next, it will go to this predicting next token. You say in a galaxy far beyond, and if you generate, it'll generate something like far beyond undefined. Okay, I guess that means there's some error. Like you can give it to it and say, okay, what's this error? Why is this error happening? Attention is another process through which, like for instance, Mary went to the store. Like so, this is a subject. And things like that. Okay, attention is this sort of like mechanism through which she references Mary, right? Like so that is something that we should like we saw and so on. Okay, if you look at the parameters knowledge, small models have this sort of 1 billion to 10 billion parameters. Large models have sort of 100 billion plus parameters. How LLMs learn, man. So this thing, I don't know why it got stuck here. Let's check here. Uh, Let's reload this thing. Yeah, okay. So now how LLMs learn, you can also check like the capital of France is. If it makes a wrong prediction, then the score goes down, so it's not London. If it makes the correct prediction Paris, then the score goes up. And then this process is repeated like billions of times. And you can also see like things like hallucinations and challenges, right? Again, is this super new? Does everything work here? Probably not. Like, how much time did I take to generate that? Probably like, yeah, 20 seconds, right? Like, so again, so I did this again, and this is something that is different, right? So the weather today is, let's see, I don't know what that is. Okay, let's start it. I don't know what it is going to do. Next step, next word prediction. Okay, actually nothing is happening. Let's check how to, yeah, okay, it's trying to do something. So it's trying to say, okay, generated these possibilities, sunny 35%, rainy 25%, and so on. Next, after it generated sunny, then, okay, it's stuck in this loop. So let's try to reset. Okay, maybe one thing we can do is we can say, make it better. All right. Or, I mean, we could potentially have corrected some of these issues. So you can say, okay, it's stuck in this loop and it's generating over and over. But, you can also have this sort of thing where we can say, okay, make it better, and it automatically goes through, updates the code, and then updates the what it shows you. Okay, let's see like how this is gonna work. Let's wait for like maybe 20 seconds. In the meantime, let's go back here. I mean, I really like it because, okay, so there are bugs here. Like for instance, if I go here, yeah, this thing is a bit, it's getting stuck and all of that stuff. And that thing is just annoying, but, you know, um, and also, some of these are not doing what it's supposed to do. But like, I think these are like really, let's check. Yeah, this is undefined. I mean, there's a bunch of bugs here, but you can go back and like fix these. You can ask it, hey, do it again, like do a different version, like, or things like that. Like if you say make it better. Now I think it'll try to do another example. I mean, like I said, like it takes like 60 seconds or so to generate this demo. Hopefully this is gonna work. Like whenever you do a live demo like this, things always break, but let's check. Okay, I mean, I waited for like 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes maybe, and then I got this error, which is like, I mean, this is a problem with Claude usually that it has these technical limits on like how much output it can generate, and it was trying to generate this sort of very detailed output. So usually when this happens, all I do is just I recreate it, and then I will say make it interactive, but not too detailed or something. Yeah, I mean, we can ask it to like improve it if it's too simple. Like, but usually that should work, right? Like again, like let's wait for like a minute or so. I'll just pause the recording. Okay, in the meantime, I can also just show you how ChatGPT does with these sorts of tasks. So let me just um, interactive module showing how um, do it in React. Okay, something like this. Like, let's see if ChatGPT can do this. I mean, basically, yeah, Claude is very good at this. ChatGPT, I think, has the functionality, but usually, I mean, I haven't been able to get it to work as good as Claude. So yeah, let's see. I mean, this is going to do some again, like it's writing the code for you, right? Like, and when you press this preview button, you should be able to generate that. Okay, so this is how it looks, right? Like it's a new thing. Again, you can press on publish here and publish this as an independent website. Let's check. So let's check. There's this. Let's say your example is yeah, okay, so it says this is a simplified model. So they work, show simple explanation. And there's this sort of nice, design, like, okay, has a sort of light purple background. And then, okay, once you click on next step, then there are different words here, like okay, time, day, night, journey, things like that with different probabilities. So time is the one with the highest probability. Then time is selected, right? Like so now it's once upon a time, and then they do it repeatedly. After selecting the most likely word, the model repeats the process using the sort of expanded new text. Right? So that's a very simple explanation, right? Um, Great. Include an example of how attention works. For instance, something like this. Let's see that what that generates. Let's see how this is. Okay, this says here's a fun React module. Let's try to preview it. Okay, again, it works really well. So let's see. Write a poem about something. So if you try to run the LLM, you type the question, the model breaks into tokens, you use pattern. So there's this very nice interactive, like, this, right? Graphics, I don't know what it's called, visualization, not visualization, animation, I would say, right? Like something like this. Hello, how are you? And then if you run the LLM, you ask question, the model breaks into chunks, uses patterns from training words, explain the process of chunking to, um, for instance, right? Like, so I think now what's happening here is that the code behind this is uh, uh, is being edited, right? So, I think I don't know if I can check this, but yeah, the code is being edited, so this will be refreshed in a second. Okay, so now actually, yeah, Claude is still stuck there. Probably again, like I think there's some usage issues with Claude at the moment, but let's just try to refresh. And I will say, okay, um, okay, let's try that. Now let's go back here. Okay, there's some error. Okay, I can say fix bug. Uh, it will automatically, I mean, this is the cool part. Like, so right now, as you can see, it's going through line by line and checking, what it is, and it'll fix that error by itself, right? Like, so there's an error on line 98. Again, I don't understand most of what this is. Yeah, you don't need to understand what this is. Like, we didn't say, okay, there's this div error here in line 98. We just said that. I just said, okay, fix the error. And now it should be fixed, right? Like, so now if I preview this, so again, let's try this, run the LLM, and let's see what we get, right? Like, so what is tokenization? These tokens are like puzzle pieces. Explain, let's say, I would say the process of attention with a good visualization. for instance, okay, let's see. Okay, so this is still editing the code that it had generated previously. Now let's try. This is going to, yeah, let's check how this works. So this is also editing the code. Let's just wait for a second. Okay, so this has now generated it, right? So we already saw this, like, okay, let's say the quick brown fox, and now it says, okay, the probabilities are generated, uh, brown, and the next word is fox. Now let's see how attention works. For instance, attention is the ability to focus on relevant parts of the text. The cat sat on the mat, and because it, right, like, so here there are different weights given to words. The darker yellow means stronger influence on previous words. So it is has cat is it has a moderately attention, um, and so on. Right. Okay, so this is not a really good explanation, I would say. Let's see if this explanation is any better. Okay, it's actually here the same. It says dark purple is more attention, right? So it and cat are related. So the cat are related to it. Okay, I mean, this is not super helpful either, but um, yeah, okay. But as you can see, right, like, I mean, this is a good way of visualizing and building these sorts of education materials. So this is one example.